Have you ever looked at an old tire and thought it was nothing but trash? What if I told you that same tire could become a swan, a dog, even a playful dragon guarding your garden? Welcome to Simply DIY. In today's video, we'll explore unbelievable DIY upcycling old tires into cute animal-shaped garden borders and backyard decorations, perfect for tiny yards and small gardens. Disclaimer: every image you see here is purely an idea for inspiration. If you love it, feel free to create your own version, using what you already have at home and your own creativity to bring it to life. And before we dive in, I want to share something from the heart. Maybe to you, I'm just another face on a screen. But behind this content, there's a real story, and a small family holding on to a dream. Every like, every comment, every subscribe keeps that dream alive. You're not just supporting a channel, you're giving hope, one click at a time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for truly seeing me. Imagine walking into a quiet little backyard where the morning light gently touches the grass. In the corner, a swan seems to be resting, its wings shaped gracefully, but look closer and you'll realize it is not a real swan at all. It is an old tire, carefully transformed into something elegant and alive with color. Painted in pure white, with its neck bent in a soft curve, this upcycled tire planter brings a touch of poetry to even the tiniest garden. Inside its hollow body, flowers bloom generously. Petunias spilling over like flowing fabric, marigolds glowing in warm shades of orange and gold, or even trailing ivy cascading softly along its curved edges. Each plant adds its own character, and together they create a sense of calm, as if nature and creativity have embraced one another. What makes this idea beautiful is not only its appearance, but also its practicality. A single discarded tire, once left as trash, can become the heart of a small patio or yard. It is durable, it holds soil well, and it invites endless possibilities. You may place it near a wooden fence, decorate it with small river stones around the base, or paint it in colors that reflect your own imagination. The swan-shaped planter whispers a reminder that beauty does not always come from expensive things. Sometimes, it comes from what we already have, waiting for our hands to give it a second life. And in that transformation, your garden corner will no longer be empty space, but a story of creativity, care, and renewal. In a playful little garden, sometimes it is the smallest details that bring the biggest smiles. Along the path where daisies and lavender bloom, a row of cheerful frogs seems to watch over the flowers. Yet these frogs are not living creatures. They are old tires, painted in vibrant greens and shaped with care to resemble friendly garden guardians. The idea is as simple as it is delightful. A single tire can be transformed into a round body, while smaller pieces cut and painted become wide eyes that sparkle with personality. With just a touch of creativity, a smile is painted across the frog's face, and suddenly the border of your garden feels alive, whimsical, and inviting. These tire frogs are more than decoration. They can hold soil and become planters for herbs, flowers, or even small vegetables. Imagine fresh basil and parsley sprouting from a frog's belly, or bright marigolds glowing against its green skin. It is practical, fun, and especially wonderful for tiny yards or small patios where every corner matters. The beauty lies in how approachable this project is. You don't need special tools or expensive paint, just an old tire, a brush, and your imagination. Place them near a fence, line them up as garden edging, or let one sit proudly beside your patio. Wherever you put them, they will bring joy not only to you, but to anyone who steps into your backyard. Upcycling old tires into colorful frogs is a reminder that creativity has no limits. Trash can turn into treasure, and a garden border can transform into a story of playfulness and renewal. patio, where the sunlight filters gently through the leaves, a gentle giant stands watch. Its ears are wide, its trunk curved with grace, and yet this elephant does not roam the savannah. It is born from something far more humble. An old tire, once discarded, has been given new life as a planter, carrying beauty in the shape of nature's most noble creature. Painted in shades of soft gray, with ears cut wide and a playful trunk reaching forward, the elephant seems almost alive. From within its sturdy body, flowers burst into color, bright geraniums glowing in pink, golden sunflowers rising tall, or green ferns cascading down like a miniature jungle. Each plant becomes part of the sculpture, giving it soul and purpose. This idea is more than a decoration. It is a way to bring warmth and character into a small patio or backyard corner. Tires are durable, able to hold soil and withstand weather, making them perfect for outdoor projects. With a few brush strokes and some imagination, what was once waste becomes an artistic centerpiece, a planter that tells a story of creativity and care. The beauty of the elephant planter lies not only in its form, but in the joy it brings. Children love its playful shape, neighbors admire its uniqueness, and you yourself will find peace knowing you've created something meaningful with your own hands. In small spaces where every detail matters, this upcycled elephant carries more than flowers. It carries the reminder that kindness to the earth can also create beauty at home. At the edge of a quiet backyard, where grass meets the flower bed, a family of turtles seems to rest in the sun. Their shells are round and bright, painted with care in shades of green, some with hexagon patterns that catch the light. Yet these turtles are not creatures of the pond. They are old tires, reborn into something charming and alive, carrying blossoms and greenery on their backs. Each turtle tells its own story. One shell is filled with marigolds glowing like little suns, another with cascading petunias that soften the edges with pink and purple. Some carry succulents, steady and resilient, making them look as if tiny gardens are traveling slowly across the patio. Together, they form a playful border, guiding the eye gently around the space while adding character to every corner. What makes this idea so delightful is its blend of fun and function. A turtle-shaped planter does more than decorate. It defines the boundary of a small garden, keeps the soil tidy, and turns an ordinary edge into a cheerful pathway. With nothing more than a brush, some paint, and an old tire, anyone can create a turtle that fits their style, whether simple and rustic or colorful and bold. These turtles bring a smile not only to children who wander into the garden, but also to adults who appreciate how waste can be transformed with imagination. And in small yards, where space is precious, these little guardians of the border remind us that beauty often comes in playful forms, making even the simplest backyard feel like a storybook. Along the quiet stretch of a wooden fence, something unexpected brings the garden to life. A long caterpillar seems to crawl gently across the border, its body painted in cheerful colors, its face smiling with wide eyes that greet anyone who passes. But this is no ordinary creature. It is a line of old tires, cut, painted, and reborn as a playful decoration that makes the backyard feel alive. Each tire segment carries its own little garden. Daisies rise like tiny suns, marigolds glow in warm orange, and ferns spread their green softness across the edges. Together, the plants and the painted forms create a moving story, as if the caterpillar carries a bundle of blossoms along its back, step by step, across the fence line. This project is not just for decoration, it has a purpose. Tires, once discarded, find new life here as planters. They are sturdy, weather-resistant, and easy to arrange, making them perfect for a fence edging or a narrow backyard. And with paint, you can turn them into whatever you imagine. Bright greens with black dots for a natural look, or a rainbow of colors for something more whimsical. The beauty of the caterpillar planter is how it transforms a plain fence into a playful scene. Children find joy in its friendly face, while adults admire the creativity it represents. It teaches us that even the most ordinary trash can be shaped into something magical, giving small gardens and tiny patios a spark of character that feels both unique and personal. In the corner of a tiny yard, where space is often overlooked, a tall figure rises gently toward the sky. Its body is spotted with warm patterns of yellow and brown, and its long neck seems to stretch as if reaching for leaves. At first glance, it looks like a giraffe, quietly watching over the garden. But step closer and you will see, it is a sculpture born from old tires, given a second life as a planter and a piece of art. The charm of this idea lies not only in its playful shape, but in its ability to bring height and character to a small garden. Most backyards or patios focus on ground-level plants, yet this giraffe planter teaches us the beauty of vertical design. Inside its tire body, flowers spill over in waves of color. Bright geraniums glowing red, marigolds shining like little suns, or even cascading ferns that soften its form with a touch of the wild. Creating such a piece is surprisingly practical. Tires are strong and weatherproof, making them perfect for outdoor sculptures. With just paint, a brush, and imagination, they can become something that delights children and amazes adults. Place it near a fence, or let it stand proudly in the center of a small yard, and suddenly the space feels taller, livelier, more alive. The giraffe tire stand is more than decoration. It is a reminder that even limited space can hold big dreams. A tiny yard becomes a savanna, a patio corner becomes a playful sanctuary, and something once thrown away becomes the heart of a story you can enjoy every day. In the heart of a small garden, a peacock spreads its colorful feathers as if dancing in the sunlight. Its body is crafted from what once was nothing more than an old tire, painted in deep shades of blue that shimmer like jewels. Behind it, the tail fans wide, each tire cut into the shape of feathers, brushed with greens, turquoise, and golden touches that glimmer in the day. And within its body, flowers bloom with pride, petunias, daisies, and marigolds rising together like a crown of nature. This idea turns a corner of any tiny yard or patio into a scene of celebration. The beauty of the peacock lies in its presence, tall, graceful, and alive with color. By filling the planter with flowers that spill over the edges, you create the illusion of living feathers, constantly changing with the seasons. One month the blooms might be a field of purples, another month a sea of yellows, each giving the peacock a new costume of glory. The process is as joyful as the result. Tires are sturdy and easy to paint, and the design allows endless freedom for personal touches. Some may choose soft pastels for a gentle look, others may use bold metallic paints for a dramatic statement. Place it by the fence as a focal point, or near the patio where it welcomes you each morning, and you will find your garden transformed into something almost magical. The peacock planter teaches us something simple yet profound, that even from discarded things, beauty can rise again. With a little creativity, what was once trash becomes art, and your small space becomes a sanctuary where nature and imagination live together in harmony. In a quiet backyard, a faithful companion seems to sit patiently by the fence. Its round body, its floppy ears, even the tilt of its smiling face, all remind you of a playful dog waiting to be noticed. But here, the loyal friend is not of flesh and bone. It is crafted from something simple, old tires painted with care, reshaped into a planter that holds life within its hollow form. From the opening in its body, flowers spill over like a soft blanket, geraniums glowing in red, petunias dancing in purple and white, or herbs rising fresh and green. Each plant gives the dog its spirit, as if the blooms were its heart, beating quietly in the small garden. Whether painted golden like a retriever, or spotted black and white like a Dalmatian, the planter becomes more than decoration. It becomes a character, adding warmth to the patio or the yard. This idea is especially suited for small gardens. A dog-shaped planter brings joy without taking much space, offering both charm and function. Tires are sturdy, weatherproof, and easy to paint, making the project approachable for anyone. Surround it with stones to highlight its shape, or let grass grow neatly around it for a softer look. Children will see a friend, adults will see creativity, and everyone will feel the comfort it brings. More than anything, this creation is a reminder of loyalty and renewal. What was once discarded becomes a guardian of the garden, holding flowers, herbs, or colors of your choosing. In a small yard, the presence of this tire dog makes the space not just a place for plants, but a home filled with character, playfulness, and quiet affection. Sometimes the plain lines of a wooden fence feel empty, waiting for a story to be written across them. Imagine transforming that quiet space into an underwater world, where fish of every color seem to swim joyfully across your garden. These fish are not real, yet they glow with life. Crafted from old tires, cut and painted in radiant shades of orange, turquoise, yellow, and red, they bring a burst of energy to even the smallest backyard. Each tire becomes a body, with fins and tails carved from smaller pieces, painted to match the flow of the sea. In the center, flowers or herbs spill gently, turning the hollow space into a living heart. One fish may carry purple petunias, another may cradle fresh parsley, and together they create a fence that feels less like a barrier and more like a gallery of nature and creativity. The beauty of this project lies in how approachable it is. Hanging a fish-shaped planter along the fence takes little space, yet instantly changes the mood of a garden. Instead of looking at plain boards, you see colors, patterns, and plants that shift with the seasons. In spring, bright daisies bloom from the fish. In summer, herbs offer fragrance and flavor. It is a design that grows and evolves, making the garden feel alive. This idea is a reminder that imagination can turn something ordinary into a source of joy. A simple tire, once forgotten, can become a tropical fish leaping across your fence, carrying flowers on its back. And every time you walk past, you will feel as if a piece of the ocean has come to live in your tiny yard. In the stillness of a garden, a butterfly spreads its wings, painted in colors that glow like stained glass beneath the sun. It does not fly, yet it carries the spirit of flight. This butterfly is born from old tires, cut and shaped into wide wings, each brushstroke of paint turning them into a canvas of orange, blue, purple, or gold. Placed against a fence or along the edge of a patio, it becomes more than decoration. It is a gentle reminder of transformation. At the heart of the butterfly lies a planter, holding soil and life within its tire body. From it, marigolds rise in golden tones, petunias spill in cascades of violet, or herbs release a soft fragrance that drifts across the yard. As the seasons change, so does the butterfly's beauty. In spring it may carry bright blooms, in summer it may be filled with fresh greens, always renewing itself without ever taking flight. This project is as practical as it is poetic. Tires are strong and weather-resistant, making them perfect for outdoor art. With simple tools and a little imagination, anyone can cut, paint, and arrange them into wings that shine in the garden. Each butterfly can be unique, painted to match the mood of your home, subtle pastels for a quiet corner, or bold colors to make the patio come alive. What makes the butterfly planter truly special is not just its form, but its meaning. It speaks of change, of new life from something forgotten, of beauty found in the ordinary. In a small yard or tiny patio, this piece of upcycled art turns a simple space into a sanctuary where nature and creativity meet in harmony. In the gentle corner of a small patio, a snail rests as if it has slowly made its way to find a home among the flowers. Its coiled shell, once nothing but a discarded tire, now carries a garden within. Painted in earthy browns, soft greens, or even bright rainbow shades, the snail feels both playful and comforting, a reminder that beauty often comes from patience and care. The body may be simple, an old tire curved into a spiral, with two antennas reaching forward, yet inside this shape, life thrives. Daisies bloom with pure white petals, petunias spill in soft waves of color, and ferns unfurl their leaves like tiny forests carried on the snail's back. Each plant adds a different personality, making the snail more than decoration. It becomes a living sculpture, one that changes with every season. What makes this project special is its harmony with small spaces. A patio that feels plain can be softened by placing a snail planter against the fence or beside a stone path. Because tires are sturdy, they hold soil well and endure weather, making them practical as well as charming. The spiral design also gives a sense of movement, even though the snail sits quietly, inviting the eye to linger a little longer. In creating a snail planter, we rediscover the joy of slowing down, of finding wonder in the smallest details. It is more than a craft, it is an act of turning waste into warmth, of letting a garden tell stories through shapes and colors. And in the stillness of a backyard, this little snail will always remind us that even the slowest journeys can carry beauty on their backs. Along the edge of a small garden, a flock of birds seems to have gathered, resting quietly yet glowing with life. Their feathers shine in shades of red, yellow, blue, and green, each one different, each one carrying its own charm. But these birds are not born of wings and song. They are crafted from old tires, shaped into round bodies, painted with care, and filled with living plants that bloom from within. Inside each bird planter, flowers open like soft feathers, petunias stretching outward in purples and pinks, marigolds glowing like tiny suns, even fresh herbs sprouting in clusters of green. The air feels lighter, as if the fence line has turned into a playful aviary, where every bird carries not only color but also a little piece of nature's abundance. This idea is as practical as it is delightful. Tires provide strength and space, allowing you to grow herbs for the kitchen or flowers for beauty, while their bird shapes give warmth and joy to the garden. Arranged along a border, they create a story that feels alive, transforming a simple fence into a home for color and creativity. The bird family planter is a reminder that gardens are not only about plants, they are about stories, characters, and the feelings they inspire. By giving old tires a new life as cheerful birds, you invite playfulness into the yard, a sense of wonder that both children and adults will treasure. And in every glance, you will find not just decoration, but a gentle reminder that joy often comes in the most unexpected forms. In the gentle shade of a small garden, a tiny creature seems to curl quietly on the ground. Its round body, painted in warm earthy tones, carries a crown of spikes. Yet these are not quills but plants. Aloe vera, rosemary, lavender, or even simple grasses rise from its back, turning what was once an old tire into a hedgehog that lives not in the forest, but in your own backyard. The charm of this planter lies in its simplicity. A tire cut and painted with a kind smile becomes the hedgehog's face, while its hollow body offers space for plants to thrive. Spiky leaves resemble natural quills, and fragrant herbs add a practical touch, allowing you to enjoy both beauty and usefulness in one playful design. Each glance at the hedgehog reminds you of nature's balance between softness and strength. This idea works beautifully in small spaces. Placed along a garden border, it adds character to the edges. Set near a patio, it becomes a conversation piece that invites smiles. Because tires are durable and easy to work with, this project is accessible to anyone, even those just beginning to explore DIY gardening. The plants themselves can change the look over time. Succulents for a modern style, grasses for a natural touch, or colorful flowers to brighten the hedgehog's back. The recycled hedgehog is more than decoration. It teaches us that creativity often hides in the simplest shapes, and that even waste can be reborn as something delightful. In every small yard, this little guardian stands quietly, carrying a garden on its back, reminding us that joy is often found in the smallest details. In the shadow of a quiet fence corner, a dragon seems to rise, its long body coiling as if ready to take flight. The scales shimmer in shades of green and gold, the wings spread wide with strength. Yet this guardian is not forged from fire or stone. It is born of old tires, cut, painted, and reimagined into a creature of wonder, bringing power and beauty to the garden. The tire dragon does more than fill an empty corner. Its body, strong and curved, becomes a planter where ivy trails like living scales, petunias spill as bursts of color, or marigolds glow like sparks along its spine. Each detail adds to the illusion, blending art with nature and making a once-forgotten space feel alive with story. Children see magic in its presence, while adults admire the creativity that turns trash into a mythical centerpiece. What makes this project so inspiring is the balance it offers. The dragon feels bold and dramatic, yet it carries life gently within its form. The tires provide durability, holding soil and plants with ease, while the design allows endless variation in colors and shapes. Whether painted in emerald greens, fiery reds, or shimmering golds, the dragon can become a symbol of strength, imagination, and renewal in any backyard. Placed in a corner, it transforms a forgotten edge into a stage. A small patio suddenly feels grand, a tiny yard gains depth and character. And in every glance, the dragon reminds us that creativity can breathe life even into the most ordinary materials, turning them into something extraordinary. In the quiet corner of a tiny yard, a rabbit seems to be waiting, its long ears reaching upward, its round eyes painted with gentle charm. This little creature is not alive, yet it carries life within. Made from old tires, shaped into a soft and familiar form, the rabbit planter brings a sense of warmth and playfulness to even the smallest spaces. Inside its hollow body, colors spill out like a meadow in bloom. Tulips rise proudly in reds and yellows, petunias cascade in pinks and purples, or fresh herbs fill the space with fragrance, turning the rabbit into both a decoration and a source of everyday joy. Each season gives the planter a new personality, sometimes cheerful with blossoms, sometimes practical with greenery for the kitchen. This idea fits perfectly in small patios or yards where space is precious. A rabbit planter takes little room, yet it transforms a plain corner into a story, one that children will adore and adults will quietly admire. The project itself is simple. cutting and painting tires into ears, a body, and a face. Yet the result feels magical, as if an old piece of rubber has found a new purpose in bringing smiles. The rabbit planter is more than just cute. It is a gentle reminder that care and creativity can change what we see as waste into something meaningful. In every garden, no matter how small, there is space for life, for imagination, and for stories waiting to be told. And here, in the form of a rabbit, the garden learns to smile back at you.